Before everything fell apart, I had a life many would envy. A good job in a stable company. An apartment I had renovated with my own hands. And a partner I truly loved. We had been together for 6 years. Her name was Lena. Smart, beautiful, spontaneous. I met her at a friend's birthday party. She laughed louder than everyone else, talked with her hands, and had that spark in her eyes that disarmed me every time. I fell in love with her in just a few weeks. She moved in 6 months later. We shared everything: groceries, plans, dreams, and even struggles. We never got married, but we lived like a married couple. Joint accounts, shared investments, and blind trust. At least on my side. I worked a lot, long hours, even weekends sometimes. All for us. She said she supported me, that she understood, but something had started to change. At first, it was subtle, almost invisible. Smiles a little less warm. Blank stares when I talked about our future. Evenings where she claimed she was too tired, or had already eaten out. Then came the phone, always on silent, always face down, and that sudden habit of stepping away to answer certain calls. I told myself I was imagining things, just being paranoid. After all, she had the right to a bit of privacy, right? I stayed silent, but I saw it. She started caring more about her appearance. She laughed more when texting. One day, jokingly, I said, "Got a new boyfriend or something?" She laughed, but it didn't sound real. Not at all. Then there was the phone call I overheard. She was in the bathroom, door half open, whispering. I caught one sentence. "Yes. I'll tell him soon. I can't stay like this forever." I didn't ask anything that night, but that moment, it stuck with me. From then on, I knew. One day, this would all blow up. It happened sooner than I thought. It was a Tuesday, an ordinary day. I had just come back from work, arms full of groceries. I walked in. She was sitting in the living room, rigid, still. She didn't even greet me, just a cold stare, as if I was already a stranger. She looked at me and said, almost mechanically, "We need to talk." You know when someone starts like that, you already know nothing good is coming. But what she said, I never saw it coming. I met someone else. We've been seeing each other for a few months. I'm in love. I'm leaving. Tonight. My blood ran cold. I slowly put the bags down. I couldn't say a word. She had planned everything. Her bags were ready. She just grabbed her coat, her purse, and left, without looking back. And that wasn't the worst part. The next morning, I discovered she had emptied our joint account. She took more than half of our savings. No explanation. No message. Just silence. She had left with him. The man I knew nothing about. The man she chose over me. The weeks that followed were hell. I barely slept. I barely ate. I pretended to be okay, but inside, I was shattered. Then I started hearing things. From friends, acquaintances, whispers, rumors. She had moved in with him to a bigger city. He promised her the world. A fresh start. A business. Luxury. Travel. A dream life. She flaunted him online. Stiff smiles. Expensive dinners. Flashy cars. But I saw through it. The cracks were already showing. I had met the guy once. Just once. At a dinner with mutual friends. He was a smooth talker. Too confident. Too polished. Too fake. I didn't trust him then. And now, everything made sense. He didn't love her. He was playing her. She didn't know it yet, but I did. She had chosen him. And one day, she would understand the cost. I chose to stay silent. Not to interfere. Not to warn her. Because sometimes, life avenges you better than you ever could. A few months passed. The smiles faded from her photos. Fewer posts. Fewer signs of her new life. One day, someone sent me a screenshot. She had posted anonymously on a forum. She wrote about being in an unstable relationship. How she left everything for a man. And now she didn't know if it was the right choice. That day, I realized something. She had started to fall. And it was just the beginning. I said nothing. Not a word. But deep inside, peace began to settle. Not joy. No. But a quiet sense of justice. Meanwhile, I was slowly rebuilding. I changed cities. Focused on work. Went back to the gym. And most importantly, rebuilt myself. But she was crumbling. Slowly. With no one to stop it. Then, one evening, plot twist. I got a message. From an unknown number. "Hey, it's Lena. I know I'm the last person you want to hear from. But I need to talk." I didn't reply right away. Didn't know if it was a trap or manipulation. But curiosity got the better of me. We talked. She wanted to see me. Not to come back, she said. Just to talk. So, I agreed. Out of closure. Or maybe to end something properly. She arrived. Unrecognizable. Thin. Tired. Worn out. Nothing like the confident woman who had once walked out on me. She sat down and said, "He took everything. He wasn't who I thought he was. He promised to help me start my business. Asked me to invest. I gave him everything. Even the money I took from you. And then he vanished. One morning, I woke up. He was gone. He emptied my account. Took the car. And I just found out he went back to his real girlfriend. The one he had been with all along." I listened in silence. She cried. But it wasn't my problem anymore. She had left for him. Stolen from me. Humiliated me. And now, she was reaping what she had sown. She looked at me and whispered, "I've lost everything." I didn't say a word. There was nothing left to say. After that day, she tried to stay in touch. A few messages. Repeated apologies. Suddenly, revived memories. She spoke about our past as if she was only now realizing what she had thrown away. She said she regretted it. That she felt ashamed. That she had been blinded, naive, dazzled by what he represented. But you know what the real problem was? She didn't regret what she had done. She only regretted that it had gone wrong. She wasn't sorry for the betrayal. She was sorry that her gamble hadn't paid off. And me? I wasn't her safe place. I wasn't her backup plan. I wasn't her safety net. I was no longer there to save her. She had made a choice. Freely. Consciously. Cruel. Maybe, but calculated. And now, she had to live with the consequences. I didn't even feel anger anymore. Just detachment. I didn't want her in my life. Not in my present. Not in my future. Not even in my memories. What she didn't know was, I had changed too. Her betrayal had crushed me, yes. But it had also forced me to reevaluate everything. How I lived. How I loved. How I protected myself. I slowly rebuilt my confidence. Surrounded myself with genuine people. Took back control of my finances. And most importantly, I learned to set boundaries. Eventually, I met someone else. Someone simple. Authentic. Someone who didn't want my money. Just me. We took our time. No rushing. No illusions. No pretending. And meanwhile, Lena, she was living with her sister. No job. No savings. No direction. The man she had sacrificed everything for hadn't even left her a goodbye. He simply vanished. With her money. And her pride. She was left alone. With nothing but her regrets for company. And me? I was finally at peace. A year passed. Almost to the day. I barely thought of her anymore. I had moved on. The pain had been replaced by calm. And then, by pure coincidence, I saw her. In a shopping mall. She was carrying a worn-out bag, wearing faded jeans. No makeup, no confidence in her stride. Just an empty shell. Our eyes met. She froze. So did I. She slowly walked toward me, searching my eyes for forgiveness, pity, or maybe one last chance. "Hey, you look good." Her voice was trembling. I just nodded. A polite, "Hi," nothing more. She followed with a softer voice. "Do you still hate me?" I looked at her. "For a long time." And I said, calmly, "No, I don't hate you. Because what you did to me helped me stand back up. But I have nothing left to give you. No anger. No love. No forgiveness. Just indifference." She looked down, and for the first time, I saw her cry without hiding. No yelling, no drama, just a woman realizing, too late, what she had destroyed. She walked away slowly, and I kept walking, without looking back. Today, I share this story not to complain, but to warn, to testify, and to remind others that love, without loyalty, is just a spark waiting to burn out. She had everything. Stability, love, respect, but she wanted more. The illusion, the excitement, the appearance, and she lost it all. Not because I punished her, not because life is cruel, but because some betrayals come with a price that even regret can't repay. As for me, I didn't become bitter. I became wiser, stronger, real. And if you ever go through a betrayal like this, remember this. Sometimes, losing someone is actually saving yourself. And sometimes, the ones who leave thinking they've won realize too late they've lost everything.